Keyshawn talked a lot about BODi, which is actually what our featured speaker is talking about today. So I'm excited to bring her on. Let me give a few things about Amber, as I'm sure you all know that she's coming on the call, because Amber has been a coach, I think a little over 5 years, almost 6 years. Yes. Okay. And she's been elite 5 times. Elite 5 times. This is so impressive. I want you to tag your coaches, because what she's talking about today is so eye-opening. I mean, I get inspired every time I work with people on the wake-up call, but this is all about BODi Interactive and why she's so passionate. She comes from Team Ignition Mission. Love that name. She is a superstar diamond coach, and she has spent, get this, 79 months in Success Club. Success Club is helping 3 new people get connected with a total solution every single month. 79 months she has done that in a row. It is just fantastic. You guys give it up for Amber Kuiper.
Hi.
Hi. Are you energized up right now after Keyshawn?
Yeah, actually, like I heard Keyshawn, I had to take more energized. I'm like, I got to level up a little bit. So yeah, I'm ready.
I know she's the ramp up. So she's in a perfect spot to get us really excited, especially about what she was talking about, BODi.
Yeah.
Now, before you get into it, let's talk about your wake-up call moment when you decided to become a coach, because you have an incredible story. I want you to share with people. I know they're tagging their friends right now, tagging new coaches to get on live. It is a holiday today, but it's a good opportunity for people to get energized for the week. So Amber, take it away.
Yeah, so gosh, every time I think back to when I became a coach, I just am so grateful that for some reason I decided to go for it. It was not on my radar, and I came like this close to saying no. And so there's just so much gratitude for everything associated with this business. But at the time, so yeah, about 6 years ago, I was a stay-at-home mom of 4. I had kids ages 3 and under. So I had my oldest boy was 3. I had twin girls who were 23 months. And then I had a baby boy who was 6 months old. So at that time, if you're a mom, you know, I barely had time to brush my teeth or wash my hair most days. But fitness was always important to me. And I was determined to get back into shape because I knew that was going to make me feel like me again. But up until I discovered the 21-day fix, I was an avid gym goer. So I would leave my house to go to the gym most days. I was the mom walking through the door, scrambling to find my membership card with my quadruple stroller, and really just feeling like, okay, I finally made it. And then I would go all the way to the childcare center, which was at the back of the gym, finally drop them off. And if all of that went okay, I was able to catch one of my group fitness classes that I loved. Now, more often than not, we were a hot mess, running behind, and I would miss class again. And so that kind of repeated itself for a while before I was like, okay, this is not working. So I was just feeling really defeated. I was struggling with some postpartum anxiety too, and just my normal fitness routine felt really off. I was working out, I was running a lot of mileage. I was trying to get to those classes. I was doing kind of random weights around the gym, but I just didn't feel like I was making much progress. So there I was kind of struggling. And we finally are like done having babies. I'd been pregnant for what felt like forever. We were done having babies, and Jake and I, my husband and I, were like, okay, let's go on a trip. So we did. We went to Hawaii. We've been thinking about this trip for years. And when we got there, though, it was kind of a bummer because I just felt so low. I can't really explain it. I had, looking from the outside, like everything was perfect with my 4 little kids and all of the things, but I was just feeling really crummy. And so that is kind of when I hit my low. And it was on the plane ride home, actually, from Hawaii that we were in Dallas. I remember we just touched down. I was like, screw it. I am so done feeling like this. And so I texted the girl on Facebook who I had seen post about 21-day fix a million times. And I was finally like, okay, I'm in. Like, I'm going to do this. So I was so excited that I found a solution that worked. I just got the DVDs and I started to press play in my basement. And I felt amazing. Like I was loving it. It reminded me actually a lot of the group fitness classes that I loved at the gym. And I couldn't believe that in just 30 minutes, I was feeling so like spent, so good. So even though I was now working at home, my kids were kind of annoying the crap out of me and they were climbing all over me. You know, I didn't really even care because I was loving how I felt and I was just so determined to continue to make that progress. So anyway, I was so excited that I had found something that worked for me. And when I find something that I love, I tell everybody about it. And so that's really what I started to do. I just started to share my story a little bit on social media as far as like why I was doing this. And I was all about connecting with moms and motherhood. So it really was a good fit for me to do it. But like I said, I was still nervous and I didn't know if anyone would really want to do it. And so what was really cool though, was that as I just shared my heart, and I think what we always say in our team is we just want to share the real. Like I was tired of going on social media and seeing all the moms that had it together. Like I wanted to see the mess. In fact, it kind of annoyed me when I felt like it was perfect for them. So that's kind of been our team's mantra, is just share the real, be yourself, be however really you're created to be. And because of that, our team has just continued to grow over the last several years.
I love that story. I keep looking at you and thinking you have quadruplets. Because they are so
like it. Yeah.
close in age. So that's huge. And I also was thinking when you were talking about, we have 2 programs in our life that we love. The first one that we ever got results with and that we will love forever. Okay. And then your soulmate workout. So it's like you definitely, when you start doing workouts, you definitely have something to talk about. It's the first one and the one that you know, you can't.
Yeah, it always like holds a special place in your heart for sure.
Exactly. I never understood the soulmate thing, but now I do. So you are addicted to BODi. Okay. That was the funny title that we had for you. And that is because it has changed you and the way that you coach. So why don't you go ahead and talk about what the introduction of BODi Interactive has done for you?
Yeah, so I guess to backtrack maybe just a little bit to my story was that when I started using Beachbody workouts, I was never the perfect challenger. I was not one of the women who would be like, okay, I'm going to do 21-day fix. I'm going to do all 21 of these workouts. In fact, probably the first time I did 21-day fix, I maybe did 5 or 6 of the workouts. And I never engaged in the group because I was embarrassed about that. Like I was embarrassed that I wasn't doing it perfectly. And so anyway, it was probably after like 5 or 6 rounds of the 21-day fix that I finally felt like, oh, I did most of the workouts, you know, but yet there was always sort of this thing in the back of my head that I felt a little bit of shame about that. Like, well, I'm loving this, but I'm just not perfect at this. And so, gosh, I wish I could be like that coach who seems to just go through program after program. But yet I was determined. And so I kept going, you know, and I kept just showing up imperfectly. But I did realize that those workouts were exactly what I needed. And so I continued to fail forward. I continued to just try and try and try again. To be completely honest with you, and this is me being very vulnerable, I don't know that I've ever finished a workout program like 100% perfectly from start to finish. But I've always kept trying. And I think that's really my message today, is that there are so many ways we can help clients, and we get to figure out like what's best for them. And thanks to BODi, we now have that opportunity. So the other thing that I learned on my journey was that programs that were like longer than 21 days, they were so, and still are so intimidating to me. Probably because I know that my chances of completing it from start to finish are pretty slim based on my track record. So I get in my head big time. I always attempt each and every program, like always buy all the programs because I want to know as a coach what they're all about. And I go through them as best as I can, but I'll admit more times than not, I end up doing a few weeks and then I jump back and then do something that I really love even more in our library, which, like you said, Sandy, are my soulmate workouts. And so for a long time as a coach, I felt, again, a little bit ashamed about this because wasn't I supposed to be that coach that went through all of the programs from start to finish? But at the same time, I had proof in my groups that what I was doing was working too. And for the people that had my sort of personality type, we were still doing just fine. And so it has been really neat now for me to see that this kind of coming full circle, how possible it is to now be able to coach people in the way that works for them. I'm not saying that my way is right, but I am kind of vulnerably sharing that this is just how my personality works. It's how a lot of my clients and coaches feel too. Whenever I admit this to anyone, people are like, oh my gosh, thank goodness you said that, because I have that same struggle. And so the reason that I'm really excited about BODi is because we can kind of have that freedom. Now, on the other hand, I have clients and coaches who absolutely love it going through our programs from start to finish. And that's amazing for them. They find satisfaction and a sense of accomplishment when they do check off all the workouts. Again, I love that for them. So I love that we have all of these options based on now our personalities. Okay, so all that to say, when I heard about BODi, which is BODi Interactive for anyone that's new around here, when I heard that was launching, I really felt like it was a breath of fresh air for me because of this default way that I approach fitness, where I just kind of like to, how do I feel that day? Like that's kind of, I'm just a little more laid back like that. So it reminded me of when we launched the 2B mindset, which was different than the portion control little containers that we had with Portion Fix. We recognized that there was more than one way to approach nutrition. And now it's so exciting that we're also recognizing that there's another way to approach fitness as well. So maybe it's the rebel in me, but I just don't like it. I don't like when someone tells me that what workout I need to do every day. I'd rather wake up, look at the class schedule, and listen to what's speaking to me that day. I love hardcore workouts, so this strategy works for me because I'm not going to pick the easy class. I want to sweat it out, push it as hard as I can, and then ride that post-workout high all day long. So I think the reason that I'm most excited about BODi as a coach, though, is that I finally feel the freedom to tackle my results in a way that feels the most authentic to me. I don't feel pigeonholed into doing program after program from start to finish just because my challengers are doing that. I now feel the freedom to listen to my body and what it needs. And I know that when I get the results that I want, that's when those vital behaviors, they just happen because you're just so jazzed. Like I said in the beginning, you can't help but just want to share because you feel so good. So over the last 2 weeks, I have been doing the BODi BETA classes, and I probably have been doing them every single day. My results, you guys, are blowing my mind. I feel so good, and I can't even believe that I, in just a few weeks, like seriously am feeling so much better. So it was the best surprise when they asked me to talk about this topic, because I just kept thinking, but I really do love it. Like I love BODi so much. And so I've been doing them every day. I feel lean. I feel in control of the areas that I want to really feel in control of. I've gone through the different class formats. So I've learned which types of classes are kind of my jam. And I've even learned which kind of classes I like to pair together. So yeah, some days I'm doing more than just one BODi workout. Sometimes when I'm doing a BODi workout, by the end of that first class, I love it so much that I just want to keep going. So I do. I'll skip the warm up on the next workout, and then I get right into the second workout. And then get this. So the other day, a client of mine inspired me to level up even more. So she had posted in my online gym that she had finished 3 BODi workouts. And this was before her kids even went to school that day. So the competitor in me got a little bit jealous, and I was like, well, I have got to do that too. And so I had to complete the triple class challenge too. So anyway, I'm sharing this just to say it's kind of been fun how BODi is helping us to be a little bit more even creative and think outside the box in ways that we can push each other too. So as a coach, BODi is an absolute game changer. I really don't know that I've ever been so excited for a launch. I truly believe that if we put the work in, it will be our biggest launch to date. I feel like it's going to be the thing that helps us to make an even bigger impact than we could have ever imagined. We're now competitive in the online fitness marketplace in a way that we never have been before, which I think all of us are so pumped about. But here's what's cool is that we are executing all of this at a way higher level than any other company out there. When you've been producing workouts for decades like we have, the excellence is truly unmatched. I mean, and I know you guys know that if you've tried a BODi workout, it's like, you're like, this is the coolest thing ever. And I can't believe that I get to share this with the world. So with that said, kind of as I think about how am I going to be approaching this with my clients, I really think that this launch comes down to us taking the time, first of all, to really think it through and think through how are we going to uniquely position ourselves in regards to BODi. So corporate has created this incredible platform. But you guys, this isn't just going to launch. Like, we have to put the work in and really think, how can we creatively and innovatively share this with clients in a way that they really need it the most? So it's not about the services that people know we offer. It's about the services that it's not about the services we offer. It's about the services that people know that we offer. So we get to come up with the best way to communicate this platform to our circles. We do not have to approach it the same. In fact, I think it's going to be better if we really ask ourselves, why am I excited about BODi? And then share that. It starts with us figuring out BODi, figuring out how BODi is going to help us. For me, BODi is most likely going to be the place that I spend the majority of my time moving forward. I love jumping from class to class and trying new things all the time. BODi is reigniting my love for group fitness classes, the energy, pace, music, all of the things. And I'm so excited to try the mixed bike too. However, I'm so thankful that I will continue to have the foundation of Beachbody On Demand. BODi is awesome, but it wouldn't be valuable if it weren't for the depth coupled with it in BOD. There will undoubtedly be seasons when I need or I want a more structured approach, so I'll go back to my OG favorites. In fact, just yesterday, I opted for an 80-day obsession workout, and there will constantly be new programs launching on BOD that I'll want to try. I guess really at the end of the day, my messaging to my clients is to do what is best for them. So to foster that kind of environment, I kind of look at what I'm building now as more of like an online gym. So I consider myself the gym manager, so to speak. I have a group, an ongoing group that's just called Amber's Online Gym. And this is where I show up every day. I post something motivational. I also might share with them like a type of challenge that we're going to do this week in our online gym. They get points for the number of visits they make to the online gym. Visits include posting their sweaty selfies, water intake, food photos, and personal development. And now they also get to share which BODi workout they did and the exact name and trainer. And I also tell them, like, could you share what you thought of it? So it's really fun because now we are recommending BODi workouts to each other. And it doesn't necessarily matter that we're all doing the same program or the same class. It just matters that we're all showing up and taking action in some way. And so I feel like, again, I used to get in my head of like, oh, is this okay that I'm running a group that is kind of a mixed group, or, we're not all doing the same thing. But I actually think it's a beautiful thing when we're all doing what we love, we're getting the results that we really want. And then just being proud of that and not feeling any shame whatsoever. So the last thing I just want to touch on too is how am I presenting the price? So as far as cost goes, honestly, like all of my clients and coaches who have tried BODi BETA so far are hooked. And if you have not tried it, seriously, like do it today. Just make yourself do it today. You'll be hooked. But they can't believe the amazing price either. Just yesterday, I was talking to this client and she was like, so what's the best way to try these BODi workouts? And I was like, oh, just pay the $20 and you'll have it for a month. And she's like, oh, and then is the price going up? And I was like, no, like that's the price. That's the cool part, is that we get to offer all this value for such an affordable price. But the way that I explain it, if people are having a little bit of trouble, is I explain it this way. So the reason that we have Beachbody On Demand, the reason that we're able to keep our membership pretty low for that is because they don't have to buy every single new program. So when someone has Beachbody On Demand, we say, yep, $99 gets you in the door, or if they pay quarterly or biannually or whatever. And then they get to decide throughout the year if they want to invest in the new stuff. So if they want to invest in a program that's coming out and they're excited about it, they can. If not, they don't have to. And so that is how we keep our price so low. Now with BODi, it's actually a little bit different. So with BODi, we get to have new content all the time. So when you sign up for BODi, you're saying, yes, please give me all the new content, all the amazing trainers, like all of it. I want all the new stuff that you have all the time. And so then, of course, that's why there's going to be that ongoing $20 a month price, because we want that every single month. So again, when I explain it like that, people are like, oh yeah, that makes a ton of sense. But they also love that they kind of have control over if they want to keep BODi, if they can. I love that we have the monthly option. I think a lot of us as coaches will probably go for like the whole year option right away. But I love that we can really, again, just meet people where they're at. The way that I see it, BODi is really going to help us with retention. There's times when customers are going through a program and they are not loving it 100%. I think at times when this happens, they don't really want to admit that it wasn't their jam. And then gosh dang it, a few weeks later, you see them doing Peloton or joining a gym and you're like, what happened? So now our customers have options and lots of options within our ecosystem. We have workouts in every genre and even a bike now. We will have even more chances to keep them in our community and help them find the workouts that they will love. I'm so excited to see all the ways that we will use and talk about BODi. I know I am learning new things from my coaches every day that get me even more excited. And if you haven't made the decision to really go all in yet, I'm telling you, do it. Whatever that looks like for you, you don't have to go all in like I did, but make it work for you and make it work for how it's going to work for you in the future. And it's okay if it takes some time for you to figure that out too. But please, be an early adopter. Don't wait for this thing to launch and then be like, oh yeah, maybe I'll get to it. Start today by making sure that all your current customers, preferred customers, coaches, that's like the low-hanging fruit, guys. They will try this. They want to try it. But we need to be personally reaching out to them and just really being passionate and sharing why it's so awesome. Okay, I think that is it, Sandy.
You know what? You're blowing my mind, and you're blowing the minds of so many that are watching right now. And that is, they're looking at fitness results in a whole new way. You've brought it to a whole new level. You couldn't have done it better than Carl Deichler in the way that you're passionate about it. And it speaks to you because you were kind of a gym hopper. I mean, a workout hopper.
Yeah.
So because of that, you do what you want to do when you wake up, what you feel like it. Are you still able to get people results if they bounce around workouts? Because workouts are designed, day by day and meal planning. So would you say that you still are able to get people results?
Yeah, that's a great question. And honestly, I think that's what a lot of people might be a little bit nervous about, and I think for me and for my clients, it kind of goes back to our personality. And I know that for me, if I were going through a program and then I would get discouraged by it, I would quit and not work out at all. So I wouldn't actually get results from that program. But with these consistent workouts, consistency is king. And so if I can remain consistent, I'm going to get those. But I think, again, every season might be different too. Sometimes we might crave a full program. Other times we might just do BODi.
Yeah, so I think that you helped a lot of people out there realize that they're not quitters. It just wasn't right for them, but there is another way that you can, find a class that works for you. So thank you for enlightening all of us today. And just as a final note about your keys to success, you've been around over 5 years, right? 6 years?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, honestly, you guys, it's just continuing to show up. There have been so many times when I wanted to quit over the years. I think that's normal. But the way that I look at it, and one of my coaches says this so well, is she's like, you know what though? Whenever coaching gets to be too much for me, I just think to myself, but I would want to be doing this stuff anyway. I would want to be working out anyway. And so when you think about it like that, it really does kind of take the pressure off and allows you to go, okay, well, let's first focus on myself. And then I can show people what is working for me. And at different seasons of coaching, that's definitely looked different. But I would say just keep failing forward. Give yourself permission. One thing that we say all the time in our online gym is grace does not run out for you. Just start again, try something new, figure it out. But just don't quit. Just keep going. I think that's probably what a lot of coaches would tell you, is that if you could see behind the scenes, it's never perfect, but you can just always keep going.
So good. I'm so glad that you talked about this today, because I think that you just pushed a whole bunch of people to go try BODi BETA. It's going to be very fun. Thank you for inspiring us, Amber, and enjoy the day, enjoy the week, and thank you again.
Thank you so much.
All right, everybody, that's it for the wake up call today. Have a great Labor Day. If you're off, enjoy your families. Happy New Year, happy Rosh Hashanah, and we'll see you here next week. Bye-bye.